I'll actually give it to them because I am actually short-sighted. My degree is like 600 in my right eye. But the short-sighted here is referring to something else.
My rapid buses actually become possible when Jurong East becomes the next central business district. These short-sighted bus enthusiasts are just not seeing our wonderful vision. Please don't lose the community face for real. Our rapid buses are designed to be like Sonic the Hedgehog, and we will save the world. I want to get from Bully to Parceris in just 1 minute via bus, and our rapid buses that we've proposed for our idol Jeffrey Xiao to take a look at will achieve just that by skipping all the intermediate stops. Lo, he was like, no, our bus must be slow, cause right, the video was directed at me, love. I have been the #1 advocate for rapid stopping buses in Singapore. I have dedicated my entire life, my entire existence on this very earth to crayoning all my wonderful rapid skip stop buses.
Buses must be slow, or buses are already so emasculated compared to Hong Kong. Just to let you know, you don't compare two different countries. Hong Kong's density is not the same as Singapore's density. And Hong Kong's bus frequency and capacity are not the same as Singapore's bus frequency and capacity as well. Most Singapore bus routes, with a few exceptions, are above 20-minute frequencies. Like basically from 1 minute to 20 minutes. And that's already a luxury as compared to like the rest of the world. This is damn stupid. I need to remember that buses play a huge role during train disruptions. You know what? I've always been saying that the local buses, the all-stop buses, they are the ones who play a huge role during train disruptions, or even those that use the expressways. 190, 972, 185, 99, 502 as well. But they aren't even rapid. Some of them, they are express, or they just happen to be trunk buses, but with this like big or small or medium-sized express sector midway in the midway section of the route. So basically, you're going to introduce rapid buses that do almost the same job as the MRT. So when the MRT is running fine, your rapid buses would basically get zero demand, and only when the MRT crashes, then your rapid buses would actually get demand. Is that what you're saying?
And rapid buses helps to ease loading for several occasions.
See, even they said like several occasions. But I mean, like, where's the demand? Your rapid buses skip stops that have demand, so where is the demand coming from? You don't even have demand in the first place.
I think one counterpoint I can offer is that we definitely shouldn't be doing more long trunk stopping at all stops.
Nobody is doing that. Even nowadays, look at 984.
Besides, LTE is no longer keen on that direction because it causes too much variance in loading, which leads to buses become unrecoverable.
And if you want to know what LTE's direction is right now, they just introduced 44, which is conceptually 34E. They took away the express fare for you. But it calls all stops. It's slightly faster than 34, but it calls pretty much all stops within the neighborhood sector, and then there's the express sector. That's what they're basically focusing on express and not rapid. Special care has to be put into ensuring bus captains of long trunks watch their headways, which is something Toilet Transit and SMRT doesn't do very well. I mean, I've taken 61 before and they've done that decently well. Once a bus captain is late by half of your frequency, what the fuck does that even mean? The entire long trunk route gets fricked for the day.
That was the menace behind me introducing rapids. Keep the welfare and reliability without sacrificing connectivity.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You are so against the idea of unidirectional long loop services that actually serve a purpose that you're gonna withdraw 518 and then introduce a new rapid bus service that just cuts straight like this. And you're gonna basically make the new 518 skip Orchard, Bras-Basah, Suntec, Bayfront. You're gonna force people to walk to this bus stop pair, the Far East Plaza bus stop pair. And you're gonna make 518 skip the entirety of Temasek Poly, either via here or via here, and then you're gonna be like,
oh my god, I can just amend Service 5 to call Temasek Poly.
And then you're gonna break Service 5 into half and basically sandbag my last bus connection to wherever I stay right now. From the eastern half of Service 5 to the western half of Service 5, you're gonna split up these two services and then you're gonna attempt to make these two last buses connect. And then you claim to be, oh, I want to improve bus captain welfare, but you just made them drive extra trips in midnight. Just because you force converted your existing local services into rapid services, now you gotta extend all the last bus timings just so that the last buses for the local service sectors that the service that you split into half so that they could actually even connect. So bus captains have to drive till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. just for your sake. And you guys claim this is called saving resources.
No, I do not sacrifice connectivity. No, I definitely do not sacrifice connectivity. I really do not sacrifice connectivity. I never advocate for sacrificing connectivity. I never advocate for sacrificing connectivity. I'm gonna make service 12E go to Bugis but skip Chinatown, and I want to make 12E do a new purpose, which is to loop at Orchard Road, or be bi-directional ending at Orchard Road. I'm gonna build an Orchard ITH so that 12E can terminate. 12E is basically now the local version of 518 being converted into rapid, and there is also a service 5 that serves as a local connector.
Congrats, man, you just sandbagged the entire shopping district. Congrats.
Because the alternative is either shortening the routes or tightening schedules. The latter is deemed unacceptable, and the former is basically MRT rationalization minus a valid network justification.
Well, so according to you, this is considered valid network justification because
I introduced 12E, which does a completely different purpose to 518, but I want to make 12E do a new purpose, so this is considered valid in my case. I make 12E go to Orchard because people from Parceris and Tampines could still now take 12E to Orchard. I don't even care that this 12E doesn't even serve Temasek Poly. They can just take Service 5 to Far East Plaza because I don't want them to have a direct connection to Lucky Plaza and bus stop 12, 10, 6, 4.
and then they said like skipping stops builds more slack into the route and facilitates better reliability. There is a clear distinction between express and rapid the way you skip stops. This isn't even an official term, it's just whatever nonsense they cooked up. This one works in Singapore and has proven to work. This one doesn't even work. I've talked about how only 30E currently follows this kind of like stopping pattern. This kind is safe from MRT rationalization and could even help you when the MRT is down, quote unquote, quote this. And then if you want local all stops, you have like Service 99 as well. These two are East-West line, and then these two, I don't even have to explain, it's quite obvious. And even without MRT disruption, these two already have high demand in the first place to justify their existence. Likewise for this and for this as well. And during an MRT disruption, this one actually gets some use. Introducing these rapid buses is basically just their dirty plan of saying, hey, during MRT disruptions, we should not be running the bus bridging, and instead I want like 9,999 rapid buses in Singapore. And it's coming from the exact same group of people who want direct buses from Tuas to like Canberra, from Tuas to I don't know, Woodley, and from Tuas to like Geylang Lorong 1, Eunos, Harbourfront, when there's no demand in the first place. So tell me, how are these rapid buses even able to sustain themselves? This is quoted directly from my friend. And let me just remind you that these groups of extremists, they make up the minority of bus enthusiasts in Singapore. Most people, bus fans or non-bus fans, are clearly against their ideas. And my friend was already being fair to them. They said that like they're not directly opposed to the whole concept of like this stopping pattern, but the reason why their ideas don't sit well with people in general is it's because I mean, conceptually it's basically them converting existing services to skip stops. It's not like introducing a skip stop service that's like brand new. No, their dirty plan is to convert existing services to skip stop. And then my friend was also like, if you want, just introduce new, like make it a route variant, make it a completely different route. And that I have absolutely no issue with that, which basically explains this part. And then this one isn't necessarily referring to express or rapid or anything. This is just the concept of skipping stop. But which exact stops you skip matters. And I mean, like, to put it simply, just because your bus starts skipping stops, that doesn't necessarily mean that your bus is gonna like magically run faster or anything. Especially when there's like traffic congestion and stuff like that. And then the idle time waiting at traffic junctions, but then those people, their solution is like,
Hey, we meant expressway bus lanes, not the AYE slip roads, but actual expressway bus lanes are gonna pay the yellow light and force cars not to use the left lane.
and then they come up with some bullshit regarding what Rapid Bus Service 700 used to do. They were like,
Oh my god, I'm gonna put a pressure plate below the rail, and so when the transponder tank detects a rapid bus, I will rig the traffic lights from red to green, and my rapid bus will gain priority over the other vehicles.
there's a reason why historically that failed. They just have this mindset that like, oh, buses skip stops, right? And like they give priority to buses and everything, right? And then the bus would just magically have better reliability. No, because when you reorganize the system, now they're being forced to you to all you've consolidated all the demand into those few services when the commuters used to have like different routes to reach one place. I mean like Law or whatever I mean like they used to have like different bus services and now you force them to use this one single bus service. It's not gonna help. Because like I've mentioned in previous videos, you're just bringing the problem elsewhere. I skip stop, my bus has priority, doesn't necessarily mean that your bus would just magically become more reliable and more resource efficient. I've already talked about how in some cases you actually end up being less resource efficient by the by how they actually rationalize their bus services. And with regards to this, take a look at 851. The reason why 851 is able to survive for so long is simply because it calls all stops. It serves hospitals, it serves the shopping districts as well, and that's why it has to be all stop. So they plan to convert this thing into their skip stop rapid bus service, and guess what? Like, because you skipped all the intermediate stops, this bus service would lose demand. And when your MRT is basically running normally, your rapid 851 isn't even going to get demand in the first place. And only when this gets disrupted and only when both of them get disrupted, only will 851 actually get demand. And how often do MRT disruptions even happen in the first place? I mean, not very often, like every day or every other day, right? I know there are some cases, but what are the chances that like every single MRT line is down, and then you only have these rapid buses to save the day. And the worst part is that said rapid buses don't even call all stops. They don't even bring you to where you want to go. You still need to hub spoke to like the other services from the major stops that the rapid bus service calls. And the thing is, even the local variants that they've decided of these of these rapid services like 852, I'm gonna cook a 130M just to pacify ZBK. Trust me, man. Like, this is just a dirty plan to make 852 have more demand. They're trying to squeeze all the local demand into 852, and not just that. Under normal circumstances, this service wouldn't even get demand. So, you run a Fetch Air bus service, where's the demand? Outside of MRT disruptions, where's the demand? And then they're gonna come up with like some pitiful excuse that like,
during MRT disruptions, people can take these rapid buses, okay?
But here's the thing, like, if people want to go anywhere along NSL and they want to go anywhere along TEL, 851 is its own corridor. It's in between. It doesn't even call the MRT stations along NSL. I mean, to the south of like Yio-Chu-Kang, and it doesn't even touch Thompson East Coast Line as well. Other than Caldecott, but even Caldecott is like, you still have to walk inside Caldecott. So 851 it's its own corridor, like I've explained many times. If people are not gonna rely on 851E during train disruptions because it's not where they want to go in the first place if they're taking the MRT. And if they want to go to the intermediate stops, they can't even take 851 anymore because you made it skip stops in between. And in the context of East-West Line, do you understand why these succeed? This one is an express sector, a big one. This one is an express sector, a smaller one between Clementi Avenue 6 and Jurong Town Hall Road, right? There's a reason why they succeed. Because in their neighborhood sectors, like their catchment, okay, they skip stops along the expressway because there are no stops, right? It's just the bus could just fly along the expressway. But within the neighborhood sectors, they call all stops. And that is the reason why these bus services have demand even outside of MRT disruptions. And during MRT disruptions, this one, and this one, they basically become your lifeline. Not the rapid bus bullshit, but these all-stop buses who may have express sectors along their route, they become your actual lifelines. Why? Simply because they're all-stop. The same thing can be applied to like all of these services. You convert this into rapid, it'll lose demand. You convert this into rapid, it'll lose demand. You convert this into rapid, it'll lose demand. You convert this into rapid, oh, it'll definitely lose demand because this bus is meant to be local all-stop. Are you gonna bring back 66 just to be like,
I want the local passengers to take 66 and 65, and I want to make 67 skip stops.
This is just as stupid as that. Look, if they are from the non-major stops along 67's route and then they want to go to like Little India, are you gonna tell them to squeeze inside 170? That's stupid, right? And 67 does have demand from inside Chua Chu Kang. Like, let's say you're going to Little India, you can just take this bus direct. Because nobody wants to squeeze on the downtown line. I never advocated for like people to squeeze on board MRT unless you're trying to get from like place A to place B fast, or you might as well just take a taxi. I'm not saying buses must be slow. I'm saying they have to be all stop within their neighborhood sectors or like within whatever sectors that that's relevant. I never said buses have to be slow and cannot be fast. This one is fast. This one is fast. This one is fast. This one is fast as well. 190 is like literally one of the fastest bus services in Singapore. And the benefit is that it's fast, but it's all stop within Stevens. Because like I told you, Chinatown, Orchard Road, Stevens, Whitley, they all have like local stop connectivity. And I want you guys to actually observe the demand within Stevens. During some times of the day, the Stevens bus stop actually gets relatively crowded. Not really crowded, but it's like there are actually people using these bus stops in the first place. I'm not saying buses have to be slow or have to be fast or what. I'm saying you want a bus to be fast, that's fine. It depends on which stops you skip. Like which stops you skip. You skip here, skip here, skip here, skip here, versus you call all local, you skip this entire section and you call all local here. Like which stops that you skip matters. I'm not saying buses have to be slow. And I gotta make this clear to people. You want an express variant of a bus service, you want a rapid variant of a bus service, like service 30E. I know 30E is express, like fast forward, but like the stop pattern is like identical to like whatever the fuck this is. I'm just saying, you want new bus services, like new express variants, new express bus services, new rapid variants of existing bus services without compromising the existing parent local all-stop bus service. You want, okay, basically, you want new variants, or you want completely new routes that follow these stop patterns. Okay. But something that you shouldn't do is to convert existing bus services into either express or rapid. I'm going to repeat myself again in case these people don't want to listen to what I have to say and they want to take my words out of context. You want brand new express or rapid variants, service variants, or just new services in general, fine. I don't mind that. But please don't convert existing bus services to skip stops. I've already explained in the previous video, and I don't want to repeat myself again. I mean, nowadays, the new trunk services, they're all medium distance, like 984, like I've explained. And this thing, why not you look at service 44 as an example? That's a completely new service. Whether you see it as a variant of 34 or whether like an express variant, or whether you see 44 as a standalone service. I mean, 44 is going to get rationalized when Cross Island Line extension opens, like Pongo to Parso, when that sector opens, right? So, okay, but that isn't really relevant. If you want like new skip stop bus services, either variants or a completely new service, LT is trying to do it. There's like service 44, and then there are like new CDS services that kind of resemble city shoppers, but for now they're not really operating on weekends or anything, and I feel that they really should extend them to operate during weekends as well, like let's say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something along those lines. And you can even do it in like in the context of like I mean you could even use this bus service as an example. You have one bus service that serves CBD and Suntec, and then you have one bus service that the route variant during peak hours. The route variant during Saturday, Sunday, and public holidays. Basically, they just go Suntec. They don't even go CBD at all. So, and you could even make such bus services Ply Orchard if you want to, like, just play around with it. It's not that they're not doing anything. They are doing something. Like their buses are not too long, like long distance. This is all stop, but it's not too long distance, and they have the skip stop stuff. It's just not. It's just like, and then they even have all the feeder expresses as well. There are buses that skip stop. It's just that these skip stop services don't really satisfy that extremist cult group. So I don't even know why this person, whoever you are, even made this statement, because it's not really adding anything to the discussion. It's like it's already quite self-explanatory what LTE is trying to do. And then this part is just them being delusional. I've already explained the whole 99, 185, 190, 972 case. And never, ever, 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 ever compare one country's bus network with another country's bus network. I talk about Japan's buses often, but I don't even say, oh, Singapore must follow Japan, Japan must follow Singapore. I never said, even though I was like, okay, I really wish there were like city direct services in Japan as well, because it's like just so rail dominated, and I don't really like taking train all the time. But please don't. Whilst this is true, outside of these train disruptions, you have to make sure that like these bus services are sustainable. Like in the case of this, this, or you could even bring up this and this in the first place. They have their use outside of train disruptions. You go and rapid. Outside of train disruptions, because they duplicate the train line, they're not gonna get any demand when the train is working, okay? If the train is down, obviously they would get demand because it's just a train substitute, right? This is why all stop buses, with or without express sectors, are much more preferred by Singaporeans in general. And when I say that, they'll be like,
No, Singaporeans don't deserve good things.
and then they would be like,
No, rapid buses are supposed to save the world, and they're just not seeing our wonderful vision. Do you know what happens when Jurong East would become the next city business district, central business district?
and I have to remind you that you guys are a fucking minority right now. Takeaway from this video is new service skipping stop, new service variant skipping stop, without doing anything to the parent service. Okay, change existing service to skip stop and basically just say fuck you to the local sectors. No. These people don't even have like a good understanding of the local sectors when it comes to like the existing bus routes, and then now they want to like, I want to rearrange this, I have this like bright idea to like extend 301 to Tengah, and then I'm going to make 301 eat up the western half of 871, and then the eastern half of 871 I'm going to make it loop at Bukit Gombak. I want to break 871 up. I want to completely destroy the purpose of service 871 because I just want my feeder service to be extended to Tengah at all costs.